Hello friends, this is Dr. Pawan Jagannath Tambre, working as Assistant Professor in Chemistry at Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj Nashik. In this third part of naming enantiomers, that is RS system of nomenclature, we will see how to assign RS configuration to molecule if it is represented in Fischer projection formula. And we will also explore certain examples. Dear friends, in last two lectures, we have seen certain rules of assigning RS system of nomenclature. We will revise those rules in short while. So the CIP rule says that first of all, we need to find out the stereocenter present in the given molecule. Then assign priority to each substituent from highest to lowest priority, that is say from 1 to 4. And we also saw the rules according to which we can assign priority to atoms or group attached to chiral center. Later on, orient the molecule so that the group of lowest priority is directed away from the observer. Then read the three groups, that is group 1, 2, 3, having priority 1, 2, 3 projecting towards you, and if that reading is clockwise, then that molecule is having R configuration, and if reading of group 1, 2, 3 is anti-clockwise, then configuration of that molecule is S configuration. So these are the rules which we apply to find out whether the molecule is having R configuration or S configuration. Now look at this example. In this case, this molecule is represented in Fischer projection formula, and we need to find out whether this molecule is having R configuration or S configuration. Now, in order to do so, first of all, we must know what actually this Fischer projection formula is. If you remember, then in one of the earlier lecture, I discussed about projection formula. In that case, we discuss in detail about different projection formula and how to interconvert them. In the description of this video, I will put link of those lectures as well. But here we will see what are the features of Fischer projection formula. In Fischer projection formula, there are horizontal and vertical lines. The vertical lines in Fischer projection formula represents the atom or group which are going into the page, and the horizontal lines in Fischer projection formula represents the atoms or group which are coming towards the observer, and the point of intersection of these two lines is nothing but the chiral center present in molecule. So if you look at this structure, this is simplified Fischer projection formula, where you can see that this hydrogen and OH, which are shown by red color, which are present on horizontal line, they are coming towards the observer, and these COOH and CS3, which are present on vertical line, they are going into the page that is away from the observer. So this is how Fischer projection formula can be read out. Now, in order to assign R and S configuration to this structure, first of all, we will find out stereo center. So this is the stereo center. Then we will assign priority to these atoms or group attached to stereo center. So we know that among these four, OH is having first priority, COOH is having second priority, CS3 is having third, and hydrogen is having fourth priority. So these are the priorities of these atoms or group attached to this chiral center. Now if you ignore this fourth priority atom, that is hydrogen, and look at 1, 2, 3, then you can read this 1, 2, 3 in anti-clockwise manner, which means that it is having S configuration. But at the same time, when you think of this fourth priority atom, that is hydrogen, this fourth priority atom is present on this horizontal line, that is it is towards the observer. But according to CIP rules, we need this fourth priority atom or group away from the observer. So in such cases, we need to apply opposite rule. Whatever configuration we got in this structure, just revert that configuration. So this S configuration becomes R, and thus the configuration of this molecule is R configuration. So this is how we can determine R and S configuration in Fischer projection formula. Another way to do this is we can do swapping in Fischer projection formula, and then we can determine the R and S configuration. But I guess this is one of the simplest method to find out R and S configuration in case of Fischer projection formula. Now we will go through some examples. Consider we are having this structure which is represented in Fischer projection formula. If you look at this molecule, then you will come to know that this is nothing but the chiral center, and it is having 4 different atoms or group: CHO, H, CH2Br and OH. And if one wants to assign priority to these atoms or group, then first priority will goes to OH because oxygen is directly bonded to this carbon. Then second priority goes to CH2Br, third priority goes to CHO, and the last priority goes to hydrogen. So this is the priority sequence in this particular case. And if you ignore this fourth atom and look at this 1, 2, 3, you can read this 1, 2, 3 atom or groups in clockwise manner, which means this is having R configuration. But the fourth priority atom is present towards the observer, and because of that we need to apply opposite rule, so that R configuration becomes S configuration. Configuration of this molecule is S configuration. Dear friend, please note that in most of the Fischer projection formula you will find that this hydrogen is present on this horizontal line, and because of that you need to apply this opposite rule in most of the cases. Let us look at another example. Now in this case, this is the chiral center which is attached to ethyl, CH2OH and hydrogen. When we assign priority, then according to priority rules, first priority goes to CH2OH, second goes to this C2H5, third goes to CH3, and fourth priority goes to hydrogen. This is the priority sequence 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again, ignore this fourth priority atom or group and look at 1, 2, 3. When you look at this group having priority 1, 2 and 3, then you can read them in anti-clockwise manner, which means it is having S configuration. But again this fourth priority atom or group is present towards the observer. We need to apply opposite rule. This S become R. The configuration of this molecule is R configuration. Now look at this example. In this example, this chiral center is attached to CH3, CHO, CH2Br and OH. And if you try to find out the priority among these OH, CH2Br, CHO and CH3, then OH will get first priority because oxygen is a direct point of attachment. Then CH2Br will get second priority, CHO will have third priority and CH3 will be having fourth priority. So this is how we can assign priority to this group on chiral center. Now ignore this fourth priority atom or group, in this case CH3, and look at 1, 2, 3. So you can read this 1, 2, 3 in clockwise direction, which means this molecule must have R configuration. But once again we need to look at the fourth priority group, whether it is present towards the observer or away from the observer. In this case, this CH3, which is having fourth priority, lowest priority, is present on vertical line, which means it is away from the observer. And thus in this case 1, 2, 3 are in clockwise direction. This CH3 is away from the observer, and thus this molecule is having R configuration. Now in this case there is no need to use opposite rule, as the fourth priority group is already present on away from observer. So this molecule got R configuration. So this is how we can assign R and S configuration in Fischer projection formula if it has only one chiral center. Now we will see certain example where in Fischer projection formula molecule is having more than one chiral center. So look at this example. So in this example, these are the two point of intersection for these lines. So there are two chiral centers, right? And there are certain atoms or group attached to this chiral center. So first of all, for our convenience, we will number this carbon atom in a chain. So we got 1, 2 and 4 carbon atoms in a chain. Out of this, carbon number 2 and carbon number 3 are chiral center, and thus we should find out RS configuration at carbon number 2 and carbon number 3. For that, first of all, look at this carbon number 2. This carbon number 2 is attached to CH3, OH, hydrogen and this group. So when we assign priority to carbon number 2, then OH will get first priority. Later on, this group is attached to this chiral center, so this group will get second priority, CH3 will get third priority and hydrogen will get fourth priority. So this is the priority sequence for carbon number 2. OH first priority, this group got second priority, CH3 got third priority and hydrogen got fourth priority. And if you look at 1, 2, 3, then it is in anti-clockwise manner, that is S. But if you look at position of hydrogen, this hydrogen is present towards the observer, and thus we need to use opposite rule, and so S becomes R. The configuration of second carbon atom in this molecule is R configuration. In the same way, we can find out configuration of this carbon number 3. For that, again we need to assign priority. So if you look at this carbon number 3, this carbon number 3 is attached to OH, CH3, H and this rest of the group. And when you try to assign priority, again OH will get first priority, this group will get second priority, CH3 will get third priority and hydrogen will have fourth priority, like this. The fourth priority atom or group is present on this horizontal line, that is towards the observer, and when you look at 1, 2, 3, you can read it in anti-clockwise manner, that is S configuration. But again, because this hydrogen is present on horizontal line, that is towards the observer, we need to use opposite rule, and thus S becomes R in this case as well. So this molecule is having 2R 3R configuration. This molecule is 2R 3R 2,3 dihydroxy butane molecule. So this is how we can assign R and S configuration to the molecule which contain more than one chiral center. This is very simple. We need to assign priority and configuration to one carbon atom at a time, and we can do it simply. Now we will see certain complex examples where we can assign R and S configuration. So look at this molecule. This molecule is asparagine. Suppose we want to assign RS configuration to this molecule. Now in this molecule, first of all, we need to find out the chiral center. That is the carbon which is attached to 4 different atoms or group. If you look at this carbon atom is attached to 4 different atoms or group which are shown by 4 different colors. This carbon is attached to NH2, hydrogen, COOH and this CH2CONH2 group. So first of all, we need to find out this chiral center, then we need to assign priority. So when we try to assign priority to these atoms or group, then in this case nitrogen is directly attached to carbon. Here carbon is directly attached to this chiral carbon, and here also carbon is directly attached to chiral carbon. So this NH2 group will get first priority and hydrogen will get last priority. Among these COOH and CS2CONH2, this COOH will be having more priority. The priority sequence in this is NH2 is having first priority, COOH is having second priority, this CS2CONH2 third priority, and hydrogen is having fourth priority. So the fourth priority atom is already present away from the observer. So when you read 1, 2, 3 priority groups, then you can read these in clockwise manner. And the fourth priority atom is already on back side. So the configuration of this molecule is R configuration. This asparagine molecule here is having R configuration. Now let us move towards another example. Consider we are having this molecule and we want to assign R and S configuration to this molecule. Again, we need to look at the chiral center. So this is the chiral center where carbon is attached to 4 different atoms or group. 4 different atoms or group which are attached are NH2, COOH, CS2AR, that is this group, and hydrogen. So when we assign priority to these atoms or group, then NH2 will get first priority, COOH will get second, this CS2AR group will get third priority, and hydrogen will have fourth priority. The fourth priority atom or group is already present on backside. So when you read this 1, 2, 3, in this case you can read out in anti-clockwise manner, which means this molecule must have S configuration. Dear friends, if suppose this hydrogen is towards the observer, then in that case that S becomes R. We need to apply opposite rule in that particular case. Now we will move towards the last example for this RS system of nomenclature. Look at this structure. First of all, we need to find out the chiral center in this molecule. So this carbon is a stereo center which is attached to 4 different atoms or group. The 4 different atoms or group which are attached to this carbon atom are OH, then this CS2NHCS3, then this aromatic system, and hydrogen atom. So these are the 4 different atoms or group attached to this chiral center. Now we need to assign priority. In this case, first priority goes to OH, second priority goes to this CS2NHCS3, third priority goes to aromatic system, and the fourth priority goes to hydrogen. These are the priorities to atoms or group. So if you look at the fourth priority atom or group, that is hydrogen in this case, then this hydrogen is pointing towards the observer, which indicates that in this example we need to use opposite rule, or you can do it in other way by swapping the structure. But using opposite rule is quite simple as compared to swapping the structure. So we need to use opposite rule in this particular example. So now ignore this fourth priority atom or group and look at 1, 2, 3. When you read these 1, 2, 3 groups, then you read it in anti-clockwise manner. So this molecule is having S configuration according to this step, but the fourth priority atom is towards the observer, so we will use opposite rule and thus this S become R. So the configuration of this molecule is R configuration. This is how we can determine R and S configuration in different types of molecules. Dear friends, doesn't matter whether the molecule is simple or whether it is complex. If you know all the rules, if you are able to assign priority to atoms or groups properly, then you can find out R and S configuration of any molecule. I hope in these 3 videos you understand what is RS system of nomenclature and you will be able to solve problems based on RS system of nomenclature. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Thanks a lot.